I'm here with Stella. She is one of 3 sea lions who is going to be here at the Ionia Free Fair.
The 17 priests named in this report make up less than 3% of the total number that have come through this diocese since the 1930s.
Freeman also told me that GM leaders are expected to meet with union leaders sometime today, and what he wants from them is to just come to the table and do what's right for these employees. Most people can appreciate a good bake sale, and this weekend a group of kids decided to sell things like cake pops and brownies and breads for an issue that's affecting people around the country.
While Michigan picked up a few extra inches this month, all a mosquito really needs is this little capful right here. This is enough for them to make 300 mosquito eggs.
You can see the damage right in the barn here that was recently renovated, but just across the street, if you'll walk with me, you'll see the homes maybe 80-100 yards away. They still have no damage. Now, even though they're trying to get as many of those animals out of the shelter in one day as possible, it still takes some time to interview the families because they still need to match every pet with the right home. For example, when I got Leia, we had to make sure that I could handle her energy levels, how much affection and attention she needs, all those little things that go into making the right forever home for every pet. One glass of lemonade from the Sour Boys will cost you literally $1. But when you put together about 100 of these, you've got enough money to pay for a year's worth of meals for a student in need.
So whether you're looking for someone's favorite snacks or just something that they can use around the house, there's still time for you to find what you need right in your own neighborhood.
And we're going to head out here because I made the mistake of wearing red and people keep asking if I'm an employee. But we will have much more for you tonight at 6 News at 11. Here for you in Ionia, Ashley Graham, 6 News.
As President Samuel Sandley settles into his new role, one of the biggest problems he has to tackle on campus is relationship violence and sexual misconduct. And we wanted to know how much money the school has already paid in the last few years for policy violations before he arrived.
We asked Michigan State for a list of all the money they've paid in settlements and fees in relation to their employees violating that policy since June of 2016. As of May this year, they've paid nearly $450 million. The majority of that, $425 million to be exact, went to 332 NASA survivors last August. But the payments haven't stopped. MSU paid roughly $21 million in NASA settlements in 47 payments over a 5-month period. The payments are separate from the big settlement that went to first wave survivors. They started at $60,000 and some stretched into 7 figures.
It's not really surprising to me.
Elizabeth Abdenor worked in the school's Title IX office until 2018. She now works as an attorney, helping some individuals currently going through MSU's Title IX process, a process that for some is taking years.
And I have 2 clients right now whose investigations went on for more than 500 days. So it's not surprising to me, and in fact I think there are probably more that will be coming down the pipe.
MSU leadership says they're taking steps to make sure something like this doesn't happen again. Stanley appointed 2 people to an oversight committee where they will focus specifically on policy violations like this.
So this is obviously an incredibly important issue for Michigan State University, and I wanted to make sure that I had people advising me who were expert in this area. And because again, I think there's decisions we're making that can impact survivors in ways we haven't thought about. So I wanted to make sure those voices were at the table.
Abdenor says all the MSU community and those close to it can do is wait and see.
This is not just a one and done, one bad guy, get rid of him type situation, that there are a lot of people in a lot of places at MSU who are complicit in this, and I hope they continue to find those people and address it.
I did reach out to MSU for comment about these numbers, and they say all these payments don't really reflect a normal year for the university. Sherry, back to you. The 17 priests named in this report make up less than 3% of the total number that have come through this diocese since the 1930s. But that small group has already impacted dozens of church members in that time, and the bishop is now trying to find a way for those members to come forward and heal.
My first response is just, I'm sorry.
Another apology to church members who were abused as children by priests.
All I can do is apologize. You know, it happened before my time, but I feel the pain.
But this apology comes with more transparency, something victims have demanded for years. Here's what we know. The diocese found more than 70, quote, credible allegations of sexual abuse against minors in the church since 1937. Those claims involve 17 priests, all of whom are either dead or no longer with the ministry. The report shows when each priest joined and left the diocese and where they served during that time. Church leaders hope the list of names will bring some peace to the victims and encourage others to come forward about their experiences.
I really want to know. I want to know if there's anyone else out there who's been abused, and for them to come forward. So hopefully this is an occasion to do this.
Bishop Boyer says he understands that releasing these names will not solve all of the church's problems, but he's hoping that this will at least be a step in the right direction. Here for you in Lansing, Ashley Graham, 6 News.
Like many shelters around the country, the team at Capital Area Humane Society had one goal today: to cross off every name on this list.
Sometimes, especially over the summer, we get really full here. We don't have very many spaces left available for dogs or cats. So this is a nice event to kind of help us move these animals out, find new homes, and then make room for more animals to come in.
Days like Clear the Shelter help ease the burden from kitten and puppy season in the spring, and the reduced prices give some of the older pets a better shot at finding their homes. But even though people can walk away with some of the dogs and cats for a discount or even for free, it's not exactly a free-for-all. Now, even though they're trying to get as many of those animals out of the shelter in one day as possible, it still takes some time to interview the families because they still need to match every pet with the right home. For example, when I got Leia, we had to make sure that I could handle her energy levels, how much affection and attention she needs, all those little things that go into making the right forever home for every pet. Some people did leave the shelter empty-handed, but a few lucky pets like Sweet Pickle took their last victory lap to their new homes.
It's always so fun with these events because we really do find so many great homes for so many awesome animals, and sometimes that just little bit of a reduced adoption fee can really help, push people to find the animals that would be the good fit for their home.
And even if some pets don't make it out today, the team will keep working to make this happen. Here for you in Lansing, Ashley Graham, 6 News.